Hey, Basement Lounge fans, this is Mike Shea here. You know, I never want you guys to have to miss a single episode of this show. And I'm going to tell you the easiest way to make sure that you always have the newest episode ready to go on your phone. If you're listening to this show on Apple Podcasts, just go to the little top corner of our show and click that little plus sign or check mark button and turn on automatic downloads. That'll make sure that the episode goes straight to your phone the minute it's released, so you guys never have to miss a single episode.
I didn't know Backpage was shut down.
Backpage got shut down. So did the personals on Craigslist.
Oh yeah, I know that.
All that, because not only was that shit like all that revenge porn, it was also like sex trafficking going on.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Ugh. So.
Oh, I mean, I told you, when you know what we used to do. Me and my buddy used to read those Craigslist casual counter ads.
Oh my god, I miss those.
But like you go through them and you read them, like, oh, that's blatantly
yeah.
I fucking like.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, Mike used to do a thing on YouTube where it was called the Craigslist Book Club, and they would read the personal ads like in fucking robes and chairs. I miss that shit. That shit was funny.
That shit was so funny. I think it's hilarious.
I feel like you should bring that back for like online dating sites or some shit.
I could
That'd
do
be
it.
fucking funny. Jesus.
Tinder Book Club.
Welcome to the Basement Lounge Podcast with your hosts Mike Shea and Mike Wells. Sit back, grab a drink, relax. Let's see where the time takes us. Enjoy. Lord knows I've seen some shit on Tinder. I had one last night. I was swiping through and it was like this chick was trying to show how much of a party girl she was, but it was like her at a strip club with like some fat chick's boob in her mouth. And I was like, I'm going to report this one. That's not supposed to be here.
Nah, I never did the whole Tinder thing ever.
It's dumb. At this point, I'm letting my memberships expire and then I'm deleting the apps. I'm done. I'm over it.
No, just over dating.
I'm just over dating in general, man.
Yeah.
Like I've been single for, with the exception of the girl I was seeing a little bit earlier in the year. I've been single for 5 years.
Yeah.
And I've been doing the online dating thing the whole time, and it's a waste of fucking time.
Yeah. No, it can be. It definitely can be.
Yeah. Like just like from a realistic point of view, like the problem with online dating, first thing you do is you create this your parameters based on what you want your perfect fucking person to be. Newsflash, everyone, that person doesn't fucking exist.
I just need a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
So you just want a glory hole.
The only downside is the dick splinters.
Yeah.
Name that show. And but you create this this fake perfect person, and that's what anyone looks for. They only accept someone who checks all those boxes. That person doesn't exist. I'm guilty of it as well. And I equate it to when Walmart started doing their price matching bullshit, where you can say, hey, I got this somewhere else cheaper, and it creates this expectation of entitlement in people where they think all they have to do is just basically bitch enough and they can get whatever they want. And online dating has created the same problem for the dating game.
Did I tell you what I did to a chick one time?
The one that you fisted on her couch?
No, that's I can't remember how I met her. Okay. I did do that though. Yeah, I was a puppeteer that night.
I
remember. So I was on. Well, me and my wife, we met on Match.
Okay.
But like before me and my wife met, I was on there, went on a few dates. But like, so I like to play this game to where I'd message somebody, and I'd message them, and I'd have my normal like income. I wouldn't change anything else about my profile.
Yeah.
And like, I made decent money, like enough money, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then like I changed my income. Like I messaged them the same exact thing, same exact message. Probably like 2 or 3 weeks later, if they didn't respond, have my income moved up a little bit. And then like I'd actually triple my income. And then all of a sudden they would message me back.
Oh, really?
And I call them out every time.
I'm not shocked.
I'd be like, oh, that's funny. You want to talk to me now because you think I make this amount of money, but because I don't make this amount of money, earlier you didn't want to talk to me. And they'd be like, whoa, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, you're a cunt. Shut up.
Yeah, no. Plenty of Fish, which is probably the worst of them all.
I remember when Plenty of Fish used to be like decent, but that was like 15 years ago.
That was one of the first ones, and like it was the one that was on TV and had the wholesome Christian couple.
That might have been how I met the fisted chick.
Now it's absolute bottom of the barrel, but that was one of the first ones I used. And yeah, you could set it for how much money you make, but then you could also sort people by like, I only want to who make between this much and this much. And I'm like, that's shallow even for the internet.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's wild. Like, I did dating sites for a while. Like, whenever I get out of a relationship, I'd go on a dating website, blah, blah, blah. You'd see like the same people on each one. Like, man, you still haven't found somebody. It's been like 6 years. Like,
oh yeah. I've had a couple people pop up where I'm like, I remember where I know you from. Left.
It's just so funny. Like, oh, you're still looking because you haven't found shit. Like,
There's one girl I matched with on Tinder. This was maybe like the second year I was living here, and we went on a couple of dates, and it was cool. And then one day she just fucking randomly just stopped talking to me, and I was like, all right, whatever, cool. Well, then like 6 months later, she pops up as a suggested friend on Facebook, and I was like, no fucking way. And I go to check. The guy that she had, I guess, decided that she liked more than me just to go start talking to. Well, now she's fucking pregnant with his kid, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, well, dodged a bullet that I would have given her myself. I don't know. 3 months ago, she pops up on fucking Tinder as like single mom of 2 kids, and I was like, no.
You shit, dude. That's so fucking funny.
I'm just like, I almost want to see if I match with her just to see what the fuck happens. I should have.
Hey, remember when you fucked up your life?
Yeah. You remember when you just like went on 2 dates with me and then decided to go fuck some other dude, and now you're single with 2 kids? Man.
Sucks.
That sucks. How sad for you. You know who that wouldn't have happened with? This guy.
It is weird, like when I used to do that stuff, to be like, I know you. This is very awkward. And then you have the same people match with you, and you're like, no, this didn't work the first time. Like, what the fuck are you talking?
I had one.
You have dating amnesia? Like, what the fuck?
I had one that I met on OkCupid, and we went out like on one date. It was a fucking train wreck. And like as nice as she was, like messaging, she was a fucking bitch. Like, when we were rude to the servers, like all that, which is a big fucking no for me. So I told her, I was like, I'm good. Like, let's not talk again. And so we didn't speak again for like 3 months. And the next thing I know, when we were doing the Ollie's open mic, she started showing up every fucking Monday.
Really?
Yeah. She would just be there. Like,
That's
never went up. She would just always be there, and I was like, this is getting really fucking awkward.
That's so weird, dude.
Never said a word to me. She's always just sat in the back and watched. I'm like, it's like she's fucking with me. Which, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Props.
You fucked with me a little bit.
You fucked with me a little bit. You're in my head, and game respects game.
Yeah. That's so weird. That's so fucking weird.
I had that happen when the girl I was dating when I moved up here. I had gone back because she finished college. I had gone back to help her move out of her dorm, and this. Did I ever tell you about my comedy stalker?
I think so. No.
I had a stalker at one point, back when I was down south and still touring and shit. And she was local, so it wasn't like she was following me all over the fucking country, just all over the state, really. And I had like told her to fuck off and like called the cops on her at one point. And like, I hadn't seen her in fucking years. And so I was dating this girl when I moved up here, and I went back down. So I was headlining a show the last night that I was there in town. And she shows up with like these 4 just big motherfuckers around her, like a fucking entourage. And I was just like, this isn't going to go well. So I had all my friends there. I was like, okay, guys, listen, this bitch is here. She likes to start trouble. Just in case, I need you guys to like be on the ready, because she's got these guys with her. And one of these guys was just this, I mean, gargantuan dude. And my buddy Cody goes, which guy are we talking about? I said, the really big one. And he goes, oh, you mean triple wide? It's like, yeah, him. They all sat right in front of the front of the stage. Her in the middle, and the 3 of them around her, like that fucking casting couch meme
so
that everybody
weird.
sees.
Yeah.
Not all 4 of them, none of them, like they intentionally sat stone faced all fucking night. And no, it wasn't because my joke sucked. Everybody else was laughing. They all just sat stone faced the whole night and just stared at me the whole fucking time.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I've been back there since.
Luckily, I'm so creepy at comedy. Like, my persona on stage, nobody tries to stalk me.
I'm too likable. That's the problem.
I am too hateable. That's the perfect solution.
We always want to hear what you guys have to say, what your thoughts are on whatever it is we're talking about, and it's real easy to do that. All you got to do is go to our website, tblpod.net, and through our website, you can either send us a message or click the little blue microphone button and leave us a voicemail, and we'd love to share it on the show and hear what you guys think and hear what you guys have to say, because we want you guys to be a part of the conversation here at the Basement Lounge.
I think my page right now is on I feel like a shadow ban on Facebook.
On Facebook.
It's weird because like not a lot of people like I'm getting now like, all of a sudden like randomly like I was getting like mass amount of likes just on everything, mass amount of likes and shares like on everything.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I got banned for like 3 days because of something I wrote about my wife.
That was on TikTok a lot.
It was literally like we went on vacation and she came like she took off her top and she had like a fucking seashell strapped to her nipple. I basically, it was like long story short. Basically, I put she looked like she was like a white trash Ariel, and like that got flagged for like bullying. Seriously, and like ever since then, like I've got like maybe like 10, 12 likes.
It probably fucks with your algorithm.
I think it does.
So people aren't finding your shit as much.
It probably does.
That happens with Twitch all the time. If something in your video Twitch doesn't like, suddenly you'll notice your videos are going from like 500-600 views to like 10
like
or 0,
pissing me off. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, it's fucking infuriating.
Yeah,
that's why I think happens with there are days I wonder, I'm like, when I post about this show, does anybody actually fucking see it other than the guy who's also hosting it?
What pisses me off too is like I'm just trying to get like verified on it.
Yeah.
And they won't verify me.
Oh, getting verified is fucking hard.
But I'm sitting there, I'm like, I know other comics that are verified that have like 10,000, like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 followers.
I don't understand how, because it's different from like app to app, like Twitter to Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram. It's so fucking hard though.
Well, I'm looking at just the Facebook verifications. Like I know a couple comics that have like 2,000 or 3,000 followers.
Oh, see, I have 300, so
I have like 30,000.
It's fucking insane.
And like
Holy
I'm
shit.
like, they won't verify me. I'm like,
that's fucking insane.
I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. Like you have to send like your license and everything and all that stuff. Like the only thing I can think of, my license is Michael Wells. Like it's like not Mike WTF Wells, but like
right. But like on that note, there are like there are news reporters and anchors at the station I work at who don't use their real names on air,
but are still verified.
Who are verified.
Yeah, that doesn't. I've seen pages that aren't even people's names that are verified, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Oh yeah,
and it irritates the fuck out of me because like I just think it'd be cool to be verified. Like I'm bitching about something so stupid right now.
It's a first world fucking problem, but professionally, it's a fucking problem.
Yeah, so I'm just like I'm fucking super bitter about that, and I'm super bitter like all of a sudden they've like cut down on like all my shit, and so what I'll do sometimes to like test it. I'll take one that I know was really popular in the past and throw it up there, and it's like, oh wow, only like nobody liked this. I know they're fucking with my like I know something's going on.
Oh, you can always tell.
Yeah.
It's not like TikTok, the same thing. Like sometimes you get notified that like your video is being taken down or being blocked.
Yeah.
But other times it's like no one's seeing this fucking video. It's ridiculous. You know, I had the video that got like 10,000 views, and then like the next one that I got like 12. And I'm like, how am I not showing up in people's feeds now? If this last one, I had the last time I hit really big was when I made the one that got me 1 million, but also got me fucking death threats. But that's another story. It was one about the headphones.
Yeah, I remember.
Go fucking kill yourself. You don't like my fucking skull candies. Eat a dick. You fucking asshole. Yeah, the social media algorithm shit. It's like, well, it's always like Facebook and Instagram both. Like, you have to go in and change a setting to see the most recent posts people have made.
Yeah.
They only show you what's quote unquote, popular in your feed right now. So it's like, well, how do you get popular if nobody can see my shit to begin with? Then how are they supposed to like it so more people see it?
Well, then I also like after that, I was like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
So that the iRobot looks like from Mark Zuckerberg and posted that on there. I was like, fuck this shit. Fuck him. Fuck him
so much. Do you want to go to space next, Mark? Is that what you want?
Oh, dude, don't even get me started on that.
Fuck Jeff Bezos, man. Let him stay and let him ride his little dick rocket all the way to the stars, and he can just fucking stay up there.
I'll try it. No, Jeff Bezos is so fucking. That rocket looks like a penis. Like,
looks like a fucking penis.
That's what anybody's been talking about today. But I'm like, God damn, like it's blatantly a penis.
Oh yeah, no, it's the scene from How I Met Your Mother where the guy looks at the tower and goes, "That's a penis."
Yeah,
that is a dick. You can't tell me that either A, wasn't on purpose, or B, wasn't at least brought up in a meeting like. Everyone else sees the penis, right?
What if that's the only way it made it like to where it could actually work? Though, like it has to be shaped like that. Which, like, maybe I could. I'm trying to pull a picture of it. Maybe I can. Maybe I can't.
Well, when it was Musk's company, it was just him setting astronauts up, though, right? It wasn't himself, right?
No, yeah, it's just they're just astronauts.
It was just regular astronauts. So that one I got a little more behind because it showed that like.
Well, Musk company too. They also have like a massive amount of ex-NASA people.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think even Musk necessarily wants to go to. He's not as like big on.
No.
He himself is not like he's about getting the space,
Yeah.
but him himself is not like I want to go to space.
He doesn't want to go. He wants to show that it can be done.
Yeah.
That someone other than NASA can make this happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were talking about how like the spacesuits were designed by like people from Hollywood, like costume designers from like Wonder Woman, I think, helped make their spacesuits so that they were not only functional but also just like comfortable.
Wait, for Jeff Bezos?
No, for Musk.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah, Bezos, I haven't seen. I couldn't give a fuck.
they're like blue. I'm like, so there looks
Yeah.
like the Blue Man Group, a failed Blue Man Group.
No, like the actual spacesuits the guys in the SpaceX launch wore, because they talked about how like the gloves had to be made to where they were functional for space travel, but also like work on all the touch screens
Yeah.
and shit. And
I think it's space travels are. I mean, they're so. What's his face? Branson or Branson? I can't remember. He did his like the week before Jeff Bezos. Probably
Right.
pissed off Bezos, but
yeah, well,
but Branson's was a little bit weirder. There was like a plane, and they shut off from the plane. It was really odd.
yeah, that's been done before. It's not the most common way of doing it. It's kind of like, it depends on what you're trying to do.
I think he was the first private citizen, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Musk just sent, like I said, he just sent up astronauts, but he just had the rocket built. That one I was more into because it was actual astronauts just in a shuttle, in a ship that somebody else built.
Yeah. I mean, he has a bunch of people, like I said, a bunch of ex-NASA people helping him. So, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. None of them are Bill Nye, though.
No.
Bill Nye's still at NASA. But
Is he really?
that's where, he works at NASA.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's an action. I mean, I know you know this, but most people, I think, were shocked when they found out Bill Nye was an actual fucking scientist.
Really?
Like, yeah.
I mean, I knew that. But
I did, but it was one of those, people were like, oh, wow, he's actually like a scientist. And it's like, yeah, how do you think he got the job? Just because he wears a bow tie doesn't mean he's not a fucking scientist. If anything, that overqualifies him to be a scientist.
Yeah, no, it really does. Like, you should be a super scientist. I don't know. The whole Jeff Bezos fucking flying up to goddamn wherever.
With his fucking cowboy hat.
Yeah, it's so stupid. They see it was like he thanked, like, if it wasn't for like the Amazon and Amazon employees, he wouldn't be able to do this.
Yeah,
I was like, what a piece of shit.
You fucking douchebag. My God.
Pay your. What pissed me off too is he actually got a bailout for the government for a space program.
Did he really?
Yeah.
The guy who owns fucking Amazon needed a bailout for the space program. Jesus Christ.
I can't stand billionaires, dude.
It's him most
I don't
of
think
all.
Elon Musk has ever done any. Like, I'm not a big fan. I like Elon, but then like, I don't think Elon's ever done like any of that governmental shit. Like, I need this X money. Like, he's always trying to.
Always done it himself.
Yeah,
and also like the stuff that he's done has at least like there are larger world benefits to stuff he does, like the electric cars. A lot of the technology he's come up with is like beneficial long term for which I'm like, oh, okay, all right. He's not the Amazon guy. He's not the guy that killed bookstores, you know.
Well, and like the thing is about Musk is I forgot where I was going to go with this. So Musk is a genius in a way how he runs Tesla.
Yeah.
So a lot of times with Tesla, this is how I understand it. He gets the pre-orders, right? And for pre-order, you have to put like, I know for the truck, you had to put like $100 down. I think others, you had to put like some amount down. I can't remember what it was.
It wasn't a lot, but you had to put something down.
But he's like, listen, I have all these, he literally goes, I have all these pre-orders he doesn't have and then he asks the bank or to lend them to gift the money because he's like, he can prove that this amount of people want this rather than going to the bank. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's not spending the money up front.
He had to show like there was almost like a proof of concept.
Yeah.
That people would actually buy this.
And
thing.
he like doesn't, and that's a genius move on his part because it's like, all right, like, and then he knows that that's what they need to make type thing. I'm like, shit, that's fucking awesome.
It's fucking genius.
Yeah.
Whereas Bezos is just like, let's see how much more I can make myself look like Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I just don't. Jeff Bezos is like, I'm pretty sure he just went up to space to see if there's kryptonite.
Right. Well, with people say like, it's always what have you done for me lately. With Bezos, I'm more like, what have you done for anyone lately?
Yeah.
Like other than yourself.
Not only that, he made Amazon, but his parents gave him money to make Amazon.
Right. Well, then his wife divorces him and takes all her fucking money and just donates it to fucking charity. She's like, whatever, I'm good. I got spousal support for the rest of my life.
I don't understand the guy. Like, what do you have to prove?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, congratulate. Like, you sent a rocket into space, but like, what have you made?
Yeah. What have you actually done?
Because I think Amazon sold the Echo information to the FBI. I think they have a contract for that, so the FBI stores all that shit, if I remember correctly.
I think
they have a massive contract with the FBI or CIA. I can't remember which one it is.
Well, because I think they did that as kind of a fuck you to Apple, because when the government was asking Apple for the access to those suspected terrorist phones, and they're like, no, we're not going to create some loophole to sell people's data. Like, we're not going to do that. And the FBI was like, oh, anti-American. I feel like Amazon did that as a fuck you to Apple.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I don't necessarily like Apple as a company. I do have an iPhone.
Yeah.
But that was like one of them things that you're like, good for them for not like, I know it was a terrorist thing, but you're like, they knew the consequences going in. Like, if we do this, like
did I understand the government asking them permission for that? Sure. I mean,
but they don't have to fucking.
But they don't have to.
Yeah.
That's not their. They understood. It's not their information to. And they understood. Like, if we do this now,
Here's the thing: the government can hire people to break into it, anyways.
Yeah.
So
if the government really wants to get in, they can get in. That was the thing that got me, was like, really, all your fucking governmental resources and you guys can't figure out how to get into a fucking cell phone?
Yeah.
Really?
You can get in.
You can get in.
You just want that loophole.
They wanted the loophole. That's all it was. And I think everyone saw right the fuck through that, because when someone says the FBI isn't able to unlock this iPhone, that had everybody going, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, not only that, it's just like, you have people create programs all the time to be able to do that anyways, to break into people's phones all the time. Yeah. So it's like,
you guys can't hack into the iPhone, but the jackass that did the big celebrity iCloud leak can?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking
go
fappening.
Yeah, the guy who created the fappening. Go ask that guy to get into the iPhone. I bet you he could do it.
Jesus.
If you're somebody who loves podcasting like we do, or you're really interested in getting into it for the first time, there's an awesome tool available to you to make everything super easy, and it is called Poddex. Poddex supplies you with decks of cards that you can use for new episode ideas, interview question ideas of all different kinds of topics and styles, and it's so easy to use and so easy to get started. All you have to do is go to poddex.com and use the code TBL10 to get 10% off your total purchase at checkout. That's the code TBL10 at poddex.com.
But I ever tell you, like, one time, like, I was doing a contest and everybody was shocked I didn't get passed. Like, everybody was like, even like two of the people that like got into the finals were like, how did you not?
Really?
I had a massive amount of people come up to me afterwards like, we didn't vote for you because we thought you were crazy. Like, legit thought you were crazy. I was like, no, just me.
That's fucking funny.
It was like probably like 20 or 30 people that said that, and I was just like, oh,
that's funny.
Because I'm not gonna lie, like, I fucking killed, and I was like, I was kind of shocked. Like, even I was shocked. Like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I was like, huh. Okay, whatever. Like, it was out of town. Like, people brought locals, whatever. Locals brought people, whatever. Da da da. But I was like, huh. But no, it was just like, and then like, yeah, like two of the four people come up to me afterwards, and like, we're shocked you didn't get in. But then like all of a sudden, like all these people were like, yeah, we would have voted. We thought you were crazy. Like,
Jesus. the very first time I ever did stand up, I was 16. It was for, I went to Ridgeview High School. It was for the Mr. Ridgeview pageant, which was a joke. I mean, it was, the guys went up and it was taken far less seriously than the Miss Ridgeview pageant, for sure. I'll tell you that much. It was mostly just an excuse for the guys to go up and be idiots for 2 hours. But there was a talent portion. That was the first time I ever did stand up. So my first show was in front of a sold out 500 seat auditorium. I got lucky in that my first time went really well. Had laughter at every punchline, had an applause break and a standing ovation when I got done. Like, it went really well. My second show, God, I had everyone's first time bomb my second time, which was a kick in the nads. But when they were, so the way it worked is they had Mr. Freshman, Mr. Sophomore, Mr. Junior, Mr. Senior, and then Mr. Ridgeview was the overall winner. Although it was weird that there was a Mr. Senior and a Mr. Ridgeview, because only seniors could win Mr. Ridgeview.
Which is weird.
Which is dumb.
Yeah.
But so they get to Mr. Junior, and I was a junior at the time, and they called this other guy's name. And you heard the audience go, like it was a little like they were expecting someone else, and then they still clapped for the guy who got it. And I remember, like, when they called you, and the guy who won, he was a drummer. He did a drum solo. It was fucking incredible. But like a bunch of the other guys in line kind of turned to look at me like, wait, what? Because nobody else got a standing ovation during their performance. And it was a lot of great talented guys there. But I remember a week later, I had a job working at Marble Slab Creamery, which is like Cold Stone but better. They own Maggie Moo's.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there in my fucking, white polo shirt with the ice cream cup on it and the hat on. And I have like a random couple that I've never met in my life. And they're like, weren't you doing stand up at the high school thing today? And I was like, yeah, that was me. And they're like, how did you not win? I was like, well, kind adults, I don't fucking know. Thank you. I was a 16-year-old telling jokes about tornadoes and fire drills. I don't fucking know.
I just didn't, okay?
I just didn't, and I'm really fucking sensitive about it, but thanks for bringing it up. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode of The Basement Lounge. If you guys want to know more about the show or get more involved in any way, shape, or form, head on over to our website, tblpod.net. That's tblpod.net. Leave us a rating and review on the reviews page, and click the little blue microphone to send us a voice message. Let us know what you thought of today's show and share your thoughts on what we talked about. We'll see you guys again next week for a brand new episode. Every Wednesday, 8 a.m. is when they drop. Until then, as always, live well, rock on, take care, and bye-bye.